Hi, this is Ella Miller, and this is my first video practice for my practice activity log for my speech. So here we go. It's 5 a.m., your alarm goes off super early, you have to wake up, rush to your 6 a.m. practice, try and get breakfast right after, hurry and make it to your 8 a.m. History class where you have an exam. Then you go to your next class, go to chapel, have 2 more classes, get lunch in between there, go to your team practice, your team lift, your individual practice, shower, have dinner, try to do as much homework as you can for that weird hour you have before you need to go to bed so you can get enough sleep to do well the next day, go to sleep, wake up, and do it all over again. This is a typical day for a student athlete in college. And I just want to share with you the challenges, excitements, and experiences that college athletes face, because in young adults' lives in colleges, everyone interacts with a college athlete at some point, whether it's their student, your classmate, your friend, or your teammate. College athletes are all around. I'm talking about this because I actually am a student athlete here at Taylor University. I played volleyball in high school, did the transition into college volleyball, and now here I am at Taylor being a student athlete here, and it's super exciting to me, so I wanted to share it with you. So the life of a college athlete is shaped by the transition from high school to college, the importance of time management skills, and balancing both academics and athletics. So first, I'm going to kind of explain to you what the transition from high school to college looks like, including like the recruitment process and all that. And then I'm going to go into the importance of time management skills that get shaped and developed in this time. And then lastly, I will be discussing the balance between academics and athletics that they have to figure out. So first, let's look at the challenging demands from the transition from high school to college. So there's actually a study from South Dakota State University that showed that student athletes that come to college actually have lower academic progress. So this transition is a really hard time for them. But the same study also showed that it makes it easier, because when you get to be on a team, you automatically get that clique and group of people, which is super important when you are in your early adult lives in college. So the transition is hard, but there's some good things and some bad things that can get fixed with it. So now that we know what the cost is, let's look at how we schedule all these things and manage our time with it. So in college, as a student athlete, it's super important to have super strong and reliable time management skills. They get developed very much in this time, and also just kind of get figured out overall. So there was a journal article that I found that talked about self-efficacy, and there's a strong role between physical demands and time management to have positive self-efficacy. And everyone obviously wants positive self-efficacy because that is a really good thing. But while you're in college, like, it forces you to have scheduling out your time ahead of time so you are able to do all of the things that you want. So time is super important, along with, like, the time management skills are super important, along with the balancing of academics and athletics. So how do you do that, you might ask? That is a great question. There are many demands that come with it, and being mentally tough is one of the biggest things that is a part of it, because student athletes have to be mentally tough on and off the court for their academics and athletics. There's actually a journal article titled The Unseen Struggles of Being a Student Athlete, and it was super good, and it shared a lot of good details about things that people just might not think about, which is okay, but I'm going to share them with you. There's a lot of pressures that come with being a student athlete and performing well in school and off of school. So that time management skill is really tied into that, so you can be successful in both. The study actually also talked about how the amount of sleep that college athletes get is actually a lot lower than it needs to be. Their athletes need a lot more sleep so their body can recover and their brains can be ready to perform the next day in school and other things. So figuring out how you can create a balance of doing well in school and athletics and getting enough sleep is super important. So balance is crucial to succeed, as we've as I've talked about, I hope you have a better understanding of what a student athlete does and their role in college lives. So kind of to sum it all up, there's a huge transition from high school to college. That's hard, but has some good and bad things with it. Time management skills are really developed in this time and are super crucial to being a student athlete. And the balancing of academics and athletics is super important so you can be a well-rounded person and get your good education that you want while in college. So next time you see or interact with a college athlete, give them a fist bump and a word of encouragement, recognizing their efforts.